Hey everyone, Nick Apicella of ResoNix Sound Solutions here with Chris Pate of Mobile Toys Inc. in College Station. We are here at the 2023 World Finals in Birmingham, Alabama, and I figure I would show you guys him in his car, and he can give you a little walkthrough. You know, many of you know this, and you know, many of you are interested in it. So, Chris, what do you got going on here?
So this is it's my 2000 Honda Civic. So had this one for, well, pretty much since 2001. Has a long history as a competition car. Competed in it for a number of years. Got a bunch of world titles. Most people remember it for when we changed it to a center drive car. And so it is the only center drive SQ car to compete at any length of time concurrently ever. It's probably the most famous one, although a bunch of my friends have built some cool ones. So Gary Bell being one of those. And so anyway, so long and short of it is, this is a purpose-built SQ car. Most of the other center drive cars that have ever been built were built to be demo cars. So this is 100% a purpose-built SQ car. This iteration of it, this is probably the fourth iteration of it as a center drive car. Obviously, a lot of people remember from when me and Gary Biggs built it, and it had no steering or a removable steering system in it and had two seats. So this version of the car here was designed by our team at MTI Automotive Designs, which is one of our divisions at Mobile Toys Inc. Builders on this one were David Cruz when he worked for us. Now he's at Avant-Garde. Myself and Justin Cush. So this on the front end is basically we have two near-field monitors behind the dash. What you have here is an 8 WM from Focal, a 3.5 WM from Focal, and a TBM from Focal. The 3.5 and the TBM are up in the high corners, flanked all the way to the far left and right, and all the way to the top of the dash. The 8 WM is roughly 4 inches down from those drivers. There are no natural blockages, no natural reflections between point A and the listener. So they are very much on axis like a set of small near-field monitors. And that's what's in the front end of this. All the speaker wiring is burial grade AudioQuest twisted pair directional speaker cable. So the source unit is an Astel & Kern's SP2000. That runs directly to the new Mosconi Aero 8-12, which is in the back.
So you got going on in the back.
Yeah, so we'll move on to the back. So the back is where all the business is. A lot of the cool stuff that was done to make this car a center drive car, we had to actually cut the exhaust tunnel out. We had to flatten the floor, reinforce it, and that allowed us to build the front end as it sits, along with rebuilding the shifting mechanism. It is a drivable car. We do put the steering wheel back in it to get it on and off the trailer. So in the back, for processing, we're using an Aero 8-12, which they just debuted. For amplification, I believe that overkill is underrated, and I love power. So I like to play a lot of music. I've been a touring rock musician for more than half my life, and so I love rock and roll. So for the front TBMs, we're running a Pro 430 bridged out to 2. For the 3.5 WMs, we're also running a Pro 430 from Mosconi, bridged to 2 channels. For the front 8s, the 8 WMs, we're running a Mosconi Pro 210 bridged out on each 8-inch driver. And for the bottom end, we're using a pair of the Raven 12 XL subs, which everybody that knows me knows it's my favorite woofer. And we're running a 210 bridged onto each woofer. So as much as this is a sound quality and purpose-built vehicle, the interior design was very, very, very important. I worked directly with Dave Cruz whenever Dave was with us designing this. David did a phenomenal job laying this car out. I mean, there's a reason that I ended up getting the car back when it was sold, because this was the one car that David, myself, and Justin Cush all worked on together. And David did just a phenomenal job of taking the ideas that I had for how I wanted the interior to look and really translating them in and building the panel work. So it was phenomenal for all three of us to really work together and build something, even though it was spaced out over a year because we were building other cars. But it was quite entertaining because David started it, and and then I had to come in because David was at that point on another car. I think it was on the Purple Challenger that we built. Anyway, so long and short, he was on that car, so I had to come in to finish and do basically all the finish work, gap all the panels, wrap everything, and then Justin came in and was kind enough to help me, and Justin did the doors. So it was one of those rare moments where all three of us had to come in at different times to finish the project when it was when it was an Italia hi-fi car. So it's awesome now that it's back in our stable and it belongs to us again. And we felt that what better than to return it to its home roots of being all Focal and Mascani for Orca Designs. And Nalika and Kimon and Nick Wingate have been super awesome at making that happen, and we're just glad to have it here. So
yeah, so let's get maybe I'll get in for a demo.
Absolutely.
Here's a shot of those doors that Justin did. These are phenomenal. These are honestly, the whole thing is just absolutely mind-blowing. There's details that you probably won't be able to see on video that it's just incredible, honestly. But yeah, so I'm gonna hop in. Oh. And obviously we're not gonna be recording, maybe we'll record during a demo, but you're not gonna hear anything worthwhile over YouTube. But this thing's fucking cool. So, a couple questions for you.
Okay.
What is one thing that you have done recently to this car that made the largest improvement you think?
So we changed a lot of things. We had the some really nice billet B22s in here. And we had them with some Focal speakers in here because when we initially got the car, we just swapped drivers out when we got the car back because it was the really nice BL6s from Italia Hi-Fi whenever they had it. So we did change it to those, but we had those in here. It was just at the store. It was at our shop testing. So I would say the biggest difference that really surprised me between these and those was the amplifiers. I really was shocked because I know how great those other amps are too. Now this is a lot more power than those are, a lot. So, but I was really shocked at the difference that those amps made sonically.
The Pro 410 or the Pro 430s.
Pro 430s, especially dropping those onto the bridged out onto the tweeter in the mid. The difference that they made, it was phenomenal. It's been a lot of fun being able to get in tinker because I don't get to do this a whole lot anymore. So it was fun to be able to put this thing back together and go tinker with it and produce them. So it's fun to do it with Jeffrey, hopping in and doing his thing, and Nick coming back in and being all of us to kind of do something together and tune some vehicles, which we haven't done since Jeffrey came on board. So it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun this time around. So.
And if you could give one piece of advice to anyone looking to come to cardio competitions and maybe improve their car,
just do it, man. I mean, get out there and do it. This is the biggest problem with people today. Is people today want to win right now, and the problem is it's never been about winning. Even for those of us that have won a lot, it's always been about just going and listening to cars and enjoying people's company and exchanging ideas.
Camaraderie.
Up front, the best part about this whole weekend has been the fact that you were here and Peter Steinbacher's here. I mean, I only get to hang with you like once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
And I've only talked to Peter online for like the last 6 years, but we've never met in person.
Yeah.
So to be able to hang out, and do things, shoot, exchange ideas and talk about different cool things we can try. So, and that's the best part of doing these things. And the more people do it, the cooler ideas and the more people will push the envelope. So.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I'm glad you were allowed to, or glad you had me in here and let me take a listen, and I appreciate it. So, we're out. I'll see you guys on to the next car.
Later.